Right. Okay, so in terms of setup, you said on these downhill shots, we want to make sure we are kind of getting ourselves with the slope going down, okay? If you try and back it up a little bit, okay, and take the power off it, your club will bottom out early. You'll lose a lot of energy, and even if you're going back a long way, you lose so much the club just sticks in the ground and stops. Now, if the lie's good, okay, on one of these shots, you'll see that you're actually a reasonable shot, but you'll see with the movement, you're kind of like stopping in the golf ball there, and the luxury of a good lie is not always going to be there, is it? Okay, so I think it's the left. There you go. Yeah, so swing-wise, okay, on the way back was a lot better in terms of length. Okay, I think some of the chip shots we had going back on the sort of group sessions, you were kind of up here somewhere, which is way too far. Going back that far is probably with a lob wedge, about a 20-ish yard shot, yeah? Roughly speaking, okay? As you then come through the golf ball, now as you hit it, everything kind of stops then. And the ball comes out lovely, but everything's kind of like just jabbing at the ball. And if it's a good light, you hit a good shot. If it's a bad light, that's probably going to be a stick the club in the ground and duff it or just whiz it across the green like an absolute rocket. And then the fear of that shot going long is going to create more of that kind of like backing up kind of sensation, okay? So you want to make sure the sensation that club is going down, you're going down, you're swinging the club down this way, and just staying more with the shot. You see, as you're going through there, putting everything going through your chest and torso go through, you're keeping the angle now in that arm and that wrist. Also, yeah. So this sort of triangle there that you had at setup is being kind of maintained a bit more and not having that excessive. There's a little bit of flick there, but at least the club was staying down and through with the shot. A little bit of wrist after shot, we can get away with it a little bit. Okay, it's more of a relaxed finish, I suppose, rather than sort of being a bit more too tense there, which is going to be a good thing. But in terms of setup, definitely a wider stance, definitely following the slope down there. And I think a lot of times it's just guessing how much that's going to hit the grass. We don't know. That's why I prefer a bunker shot. If I know a bunker is going to give me the right amount, I can control distance a lot easier because I know how far the ball needs to go. Okay, the sand's going to do this more often than not. Grass can have a very varied effect in terms of how far the ball will actually travel. Will it go this far, that far, whatever it may be. So giving yourself that kind of guesstimate sometimes. If you were playing to, say, a flag that was, say, here, and your golf ball is here, and there's a bunker kind of here, being short's a no-no. So if you want to land it here and then short to the flag, fine. But I'd probably end up making sure we go a bit long, giving yourself a benefit of the chance that it may go a bit shorter. If it goes a bit shorter, we're not in the bunker, okay? If there's, say, I don't know, a pond behind the green, probably best end a bit shorter. If it goes a bit short, then that's a better miss, okay? So you're just looking at the situation you've got and go, right, if I go long or short, which is the worst one, and err on that sort of caution. And sometimes the worst one could still be in the long grass. But I'd rather be chipping again from the grass from the edge of the green, just chipping it a short distance than dropping out of a pond or whatever it may be. Okay, so it is just assessing the situation you're in. But certainly setup-wise, get yourself going down with the slope, get yourself going in the lean, everything's more on that left side. And the hands you can see now, because you're going down the are ahead of the golf ball, more onto that left thigh, and they've got to stay there in front. If they back up a little bit, or you have to try and take power off, that's when you stub it. And I say sometimes just practice these shots. Towards the end now, you're getting a really good feel for that shot, weren't you? You knocked them in there like 3 or 4 foot each every time. I know the grass is a bit long around the little flag there, but they were still coming out properly. They weren't sort of like skidding across the ground and just stopping because of the grass. They were pitched up in the air. And okay, the roll was a bit less, obviously, but it was a better shot. Okay, mate? That makes sense then? Yes, so that's good stuff, Adam.